We are back again on the PDA podcast. We are all playing the devil's advocate. Can you forgive your wife for cheating on you even after sharing kids with them? As a man, can you forgive your wife for cheating on you? Now, as a lady, you have been caught red-handed cheating on your husband. Do you feel your husband should forgive you for such an unlawful act? And what are your reasons? Why do you think your husband should forgive you even after cheating on him? You're on the hot seat now, Benita.
Okay. And there's nobody that will say my husband should not forgive me. He should definitely forgive me because I'm his wife. Yes.
Okay.
So there are a lot of things attached to this marriage thing. So if you
Yeah,
think
for better
about
for
it,
us.
if you think about it in a way, I think you should forgive the woman. If it's me, forgive me, because you don't know why I did it. Maybe it's because you are sex-starving me, or you are not doing it well.
Okay, do you think self-starve is a good reason to cheat on your partner?
It's not a good reason.
We can
One
get
of
back
the
to that. We can get back to that. We
yes.
can get back to that. I understand that Pretty might actually be itching to say something. Pretty, you've been caught red-handed. You can't deny it. They don't catch you. They don't catch you. Matrimonial bet. Do you think your husband should forgive you for such an act?
Okay. So in the world that we are today,
Yeah.
men can never accept what they dish out. That's one thing.
Okay.
So they can cheat from now till next year and expect that we should forgive them. But in our own case, it's not like that. They believe that you should just be like,
You should get out.
you should be at home, you should be loving, go to wherever you want to go to, but at the same time, just come back to them.
Okay.
Yeah? But then, you as a woman that Oju Kokoro have entered your eye and they caught you, I would actually not blame the man if he doesn't forgive you.
Okay.
Because you have the option to like, okay, somebody else is entering my eyes. I can't be in this marriage anymore.
Okay.
Can we get a divorce or separate?
Okay.
So that there will be no, oh, you're cheating on me and you're single, so you can sleep with somebody else.
Remember, you have kids, though.
Yes.
You've been married for a
Still,
couple of years with kids.
the world is evolving. So it is better than breaking your vows.
Okay.
You literally said vows in front of God. And
Yeah, when
other
you guys
people.
got married.
So
Yeah.
literally, why are you breaking it in bed?
Yeah.
You can just cancel the vows, just break up.
Just push for proper divorce.
Yes.
And
So
okay.
I won't be surprised if the man says, "Oh, I'm not going to forgive me." Oh, if anything like that, which I don't think that can happen. I would rather leave. I would literally rather.
Okay.
So if something like that happens, I won't blame him if he does not forgive me. I'm not going to hold him by the throat and say, "Oh, please forgive me." If I beg and he doesn't, then that's fine.
Okay. I'll still get back to you, Pretty. Let's hear from the ghost of Lagos, Mr. White. What do you have to say about this situation?
I'll not forgive you.
Outrightly, this is your wife. You guys have been in this relationship for like 5 years before you got married. You've been married for 2 years. You now have kids, bouncing baby boy, a white junior, the Pornhub master, and all that. And then one day you just got back home. You were hearing some funny noise. You are supposed to be in Ibadan, but unfortunately your flight got cancelled, and you are hearing some funny noise in the bathroom, in your bedroom. Just for you to walk in and you see your pretty wife.
I'll just say for me, I don't know for other people, because me, I'm quite a very emotional person. Like, little things get to me. So, like, I can't even live with the trauma. Like, if I imagine that thing, I'll be like, man, guy, I won't be able to forget this thing.
Okay, so you say it's a proper ground for divorce. There's no way back from it.
Like, I'll just tell her I need some space. Like, yeah, I just want to be on my own for a long time.
Oh, for me, I want to that you just end up
let me
being.
just be, like, she can actually leave the house for me. I'll take care of the kids. Not enough.
Take care of the kids, man.
Then I've seen men that do it.
How will you breastfeed the white junior?
When that time comes, because something.
Okay. Thank you, White. Let's hear from Mr. Ice, Israel. What do you think is going to be your reaction should you find your wife cheating on you in your matrimonial bed?
I don't need to forgive anybody for anything, right? Because for me to have to forgive you, right, that means that like you still have some hold over me. Like I owe you something for you to think that my life needs to move on. Okay, so like I need to forgive you to let things go. Nah,
Okay.
you fucked up. Deal with it. That's your business. Stuff like that. I have nightmares. Yes, right. But if I was to choose between forgiving them and not forgiving them, right, I would decide to actually forgive them, right?
Okay.
And then because I would like to have kids
Yeah.
generally, right? So yeah, you can say like I can choose to say, oh yeah, like I'll leave my wife and have sex with who I want to have sex with, yada yada. But I would think about the kids first, right? 'Cause
Okay.
by nature, me, I'm a lover, right? Yeah, the kids aren't really as important as the partner, in my opinion,
Yeah.
right? But for the sake of their future and the trauma that they could actually be facing based on that separation, I would say, yo, let's stay together, right? Let's be together actually for the kids. Do what you want to do what I want to do, right?
Yeah.
But that forgiveness to never come.
Okay, so what you're saying is you will still be with your partner, but you won't forgive her for what she has done.
You?
Okay, so for the sake of the kids, you still just be your partner.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, it brings me back to another important question. How do you think you'll be able to move on from having a cheating partner?
Partner or wife?
Wife, in this
Move
case.
on.
Yes.
on.
How are you going to move on from?
All right. So if I had to move on from that cheating human being, right,
Yeah.
I would accept the situation as the reality. If it got to that point that I had to move on, because moving on means letting go, like of something.
Yeah, of course.
Right? Yeah. So we'd have to definitely like separate, right? Because she wouldn't have to be in my review, or my front, like or in my life.
Yeah.
But I would still want her, even like despite how much I might hate that person at that point in time. I
Yeah.
want her, like I will want her to still be in touch with her children because she gave me kids.
Of course.
Right. But then at that point, like it might be I might have given up on love because the reason why I got with that person was because I fell in love with them.
Yeah.
I saw
And
them
they
as
betrayed your love.
my,
Yeah.
my best friend, as my partner, right? And if they betray that love, then I would just have to opt for the other option because at that point in time, I would like to think that I would have the, willpower to actually say, oh, let me re-enter the dating pool and actually find someone else, right?
Yeah.
But in this situation right now, on this sexy ass seat, right? I'm going to say that I would actually re-enter the dating pool based on what I know and treat all women as the same, get what I want and just move the.
But you already have a wife. Do you need to?
But you said separation now, like if I have to move on from them, right?
Yeah. When I said move on, I don't mean separating with your wife. How do you move on from having a cheating partner?
And
What I mean by
accepting
that?
whole situation, like,
Yeah. Accepting the whole
Oh yeah,
situation.
for sure. Okay, so like, based on what they say, right? Let me not take up too much time, but based on how they decide to move on, because at that point in time, like whatever they say cannot be trusted. I don't give a shit what she has to say. Oh, babe, I want to do better. I'll go to her. That's your business, right? But what they say does not matter to me at that point, right? What I would want, yeah, if is for her to live her life, like separate from mine,
Yeah.
right? So if you want to go and keep saying Mr. Like long schlong or longer schlong, right? If that's what enticed you to actually do what you wanted to do, or
Yeah.
you felt like they had something that we were lacking, then keep pursuing that thing, right? Because there's this famous saying, like the grass is greener where you water it, right?
Yeah.
But many people aren't really conscious of that, that statement and that saying, right? So maybe it was a mistake. Like, and most times, like, it's actually really a mistake, right? They slipped up, like Adam and Eve. Let me not get into that for now, but still, right? So, I would let her decide. Like, at that point in time, like, I have no, like, power or even if I wanted to, like, I can't even say anything about her life because oh, she's already done the most. Oh, so babe, please, like, carry along, like, do what you want to do, like, go to her, right? Two of you. And then, like, we would still be in that space since I've already said, oh, like, we would do it for the kids,
Yeah.
right? But would come home sometimes, like, if she doesn't want to come home, oh, stay in their house, that's your business.
Yeah.
Me, I know that the things that because when you get together, as in my opinion, right, when you get together as a couple, or like in a marriage, right? You make a promise. That's what vows are for. When you make a promise to say, "Oh, I will love you forever through sickness and in health, to death do us part," right? We're
Yeah.
not dead yet, right? And we're still together, and we don't even need Viagra yet, right? So once you break that vow, right,
yeah.
at that point in time, like what you have to say does not really matter to me. Like even if you bring a priest to me, I'll shoot two of you. It doesn't even make any sense to me. So I would live, because since that promise has been broken, because I made a promise too, she made a promise.
Yeah.
And that promise was to actually say, because everyone has temptations. It's perfectly normal, because on the base level, right, we are animals, and we have hormones and emotions and desires.
Yeah,
Right? When you have a
yeah.
partner, you make the vow to actually restrict yourself from making those decisions that would actually, like endanger your relationship, right? So once that promise is broken, just go back on it, man. Just enter back into the streets and go back to that girl that was in your office, that touched your shoulder like she really wanted to, like she wanted you to like take her in the coffee room or in the janitor's closet, right? So that's how it is for me, to be honest.
Okay. Thank you very much, Israel, for for breaking it down for us. Okay. I'm getting back to you, Benita. So what has happened, and there've been a court. There was a court. There's no denial. You can't deny. So they don't. They don't catch you. So what do you think is the best way forward? How do you handle such a situation with your loving husband? Remember, you already have kids with this guy. You guys have been together for a long time, but one thing led to the other, and you fell on top of another man's prick, and he stepped in and got you guys. So, what do you think is the best way to handle this situation?
Okay. Okay, I'm not trying to say, okay, let's put it in a scenario like maybe the man was actually fucking up and I had to do that. I don't care about his forgiveness. I don't care if he forgives me or not. Even if he catch me right down there, like, oh, you don't catch me. And it happened like, oh, so you've been doing this, blah, blah, blah. And maybe at that point, I might be scared or something. I'll be like, man, it don't happen. If you want to forgive me, it's your choice. If you don't forgive me, I dare go.
Remember, you have kids. What do you do about your kids? This is a man you already have kids with. Your kids are already involved. Now, it's no longer your life. Remember.
It's about the kids.
It's about your family. Family that you've been building over the years and all that. And then...
So it depends on the man, the kind of person that I am with. So men want to be aggressive and say, leave my house, blah, blah, blah. But if it's someone that maybe just likes to stay quiet or don't make noise about anything, I feel we should just be in an open marriage.
Open marriage, so he can go and get some pussy, while you can always go and get some. Wow, that's a very strong
But
one.
The kids should not know anything about it.
Yeah, pretty. Like I said, the deed, everything has happened. Yeah, the deed has been done, and there was a red-handed. So this is not a matter of you denying or trying to lie about it and all that. Yeah. So everything has happened. Your husband have got you cheating on him. So what do you think you can do to amend the marriage, or do you feel for you to cheat on your husband means that you're already done unofficially because you've not yet gotten a divorce? So what do you think you can do to control such a situation from getting out of hand?
Well, for me to have gotten married to him in the first place, obviously there was an emotional tie, love and all that. So meaning for me to even still be with him and now trying to hide the whole cheating thing, I was still like, I cared about his feelings in at least the slightest, like small. Even if I had the mind to go and say I'm cheating, I still care about his feelings or I'm still in love with him. So I feel like I would propose therapy.
For you or for him?
For both of us. Couples therapy.
Okay, couples. Is that a thing in Nigeria?
Yes, it is. It is actually a thing. It's actually a thing.
Okay.
Like, a lot of people are not really exposed to these things, but it works. Like, mental health, everything, at least go for therapy. Try to make things work out. At least just try. And if it doesn't, like after the whole therapy and everything, and you guys still can't make it work, then just leave each other.
What if he now catch you massaging your therapist?
That's like level 2.
Then literally, there's no saving the woman.
Okay, so therapy won't help.
Like if that happens, the therapist should go to jail first of all, because what business do you have with your?
No, he
Like-
probably took a private section to give a therapy to the lady.
That's
after
the
dealing
thing. That's
with
the thing about. I'm not married, but then at the same time, I know a little bit about all these things. That's the thing about couple therapy. They're a couple for a reason. Both of them have to be there. They have to
Okay.
say all their dirty things, everything. They have to say to each other in the room. Like
Yeah.
everybody has to be in one space. Say your darkest, deepest secret. Say everything that comes to mind. Say it
Yeah.
so that everybody's.
Okay, I'm meant to believe our therapists are professionals.
Yeah.
Because one difficult thing when I had going for couples therapy is that the young man will probably just be listening to my wife blabbing about how she's willing to cheat on me and all that, and the young man might want to take advantage of the situation. But I believe that our therapists are professionals, so let's not even go into that. Thank you very much for that. And I'm also sure we have some other people in the studio who might want to say one or two things about the situation at hand. So I'm throwing the question open to everyone in the studio. I will appoint you to speak. So if you want to say anything, just raise your hand. And the question still remains the same. Can you forgive your wife if you caught her cheating? Okay, director.
Beautiful. I love this one because of what Pretty said.
Therapy.
Pretty said therapy. Please, what is it that you want to say with a professional that you cannot say with Uncle Tommy or Uncle Tokumbo?
And my mama?
They would most likely, most of the time, at least 60% of the time, most case scenario, they're going to give you some mad tablet that's going to make your wife worse than she was before. I speak downstairs, you can come back. Israel is to testify. I speak with somebody that works at Yabanef. That is what they do. They make money off of these things. That therapy, trust me, is a no
I feel
go.
like it depends on
Please,
the
let's be
therapist.
stressing in Nigeria.
Everybody should shut up and
Wow.
talk with each other. You see where you guys are right now. Husband, wife, sit down and talk it out. But don't record it like Will Smith and Jada Pinkett. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay, fine, super.
But
Let's hear from Bodo of Lagos before we come back to you.
I think what Pretty said
About therapy. About therapy.
About therapy. What she said is very smart, and I actually like that perspective because in this part of the world we really don't take into cognizance some of the solutions to fix relationship or marital issues, right?
Yeah.
And of course, before you approach a therapist, right, the both of you must have agreed to the fact that there's a problem on ground.
Yeah.
And it speaks to the fact that both parties or one person is willing to fix things, right? Because at the end of the day, like you said, the kids. But aside from the kids, to your personal life also.
Yeah, of course.
Right? And when you're both willing to take that step, it's a very strategic one. And guess what? For me, in fixing situations like that, I won't try to avoid even spiritual leaders, like going to pastors or imam, because they come from that spiritual perspective. They don't need.
That's what I would do anyways.
You understand? No, that's like a first level intervention, right?
Yeah.
But there are situations when you both don't want to hear from someone who's been quoting back. You want to hear from someone who is real. Now, therapists are, of course, they have grades, right? You have Shomolu therapists and you have like the root of them,
They are all
experience
working
work.
with Big Pharma.
So
you guys,
what I'm saying is,
no matter what you say, but they will give you pills.
let me tell you something. It's just like you say
Okay, yeah, I'll come back to you.
the doctor. And because the doctor
Calm down. I'll come to you guys. I'll come to you guys.
Your money, or the doctor will charge you for a session. You want to go to the doctor to prescribe drugs for you.
But then you knew your wife was crazy before you went to the therapy.
No, hold on.
And you now confirm, yeah, she's crazy. She likes big dildos. And no, it's true.
You have to accept a third party's influence in fixing your
Your
issue for you.
uncle, your family member.
No, families will be biased.
No, I'll bring both families.
I will
families.
never bring families. I will never bring them. This is me coming in straight up.
Okay.
Because they will always be biased. My
I'll
mom
come
will
to you.
defend me as a son. My wife's dad will defend his daughter.
If anyone is not being diplomatic, they don't have the marriage.
You are talking.
They don't have the interest of.
But the therapist is also talking from the money that is coming to his pocket.
No.
Therapist has probably had several sessions with several couples. So you are bringing in experience from several, like a 360-degree perspective. So the purpose for the therapist is to tell you guys like,
What that cheating partners did.
you've done, this is what you've done. What exactly, like, have a one-on-one, or try to understand things from your perspective. Sit with your wife, and have discussion based on our experience.
And without that third party, if there's going to be a third
No,
party,
he's saying the third party will be a link to this situation coming into play
what are
now.
they going to tell you? That
He's saying with the experience that the therapists already have from other cheating partners.
That's the mistake we make. Okay. We think we know everything until someone like Nako, who doesn't even know anything about my life, comes to I share my and he tells me things differently. When you're used to a particular situation, right, your mind just creates it within this. Exactly.
Okay, just
before you say something, let's hear from Israel. Israel, you wanted to say something.
I was confessed as you guys were talking, right? I've been pulling Nako's shirts to let me talk since Peter was talking. So, first of all, therapy is a scam, right? In my opinion, right? It's a scam. Therapy is basically someone else helping you think. Why can't you think for yourself? Are you really? Right?
People study this thing in school.
Help certain people, and if their problem was solved with therapy, that means in the first place they never needed therapy. Right? Now, in the context of marriage and me taking my wife to a therapist, it's better if 3 guys run a train on my wife than I take her to a therapist, because I'm covertly telling her that, oh babe, I'm so mentally weak that I can't even solve our problems in a conversation with
Thank you.
So, I'm telling my wife covertly, I'm just communicating to her, oh, I can't
handle this shit.
Forgive me. We can't solve this together, right? Because you are in a marriage for a reason, right? It's a partnership, it's teamwork, right? But Day of Lagos said that sometimes you need a third party. I'm going to have to respectfully disagree, in my opinion and from my perspective, because the therapist wasn't there when I was testing my wife. She wasn't there. He wasn't there, or she wasn't there when I took palm wine and kola nuts to, to the woman in Anambra State or in Ibadan, if she's Yoruba, right? So why? Because when I go to a therapist now, because what we are going there for, right, is a solution, right? And then solution from someone else, from an outside party, and even sometimes in between both of you, right? In my opinion, I'll just keep saying that, from my perspective, I don't seem like I'm speaking for people, right? So just don't come from me because I'm slapping, right? So if I
wait, the alarm bells are ringing. I will involve everybody. Don't worry.
If I'm involving someone else, a third party in our problem solving situation, right? I am literally saying, okay, tell us what to do, right? Tell her, because everything has a deeper level of meaning. Please tell my wife how to love me. Tell me how to love my wife. Tell me how to make her to not cheat on me again, right? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the problem is, right? But when you go to a third party, right, you're literally and once you do that, right, there's now obligation, right?
Yeah.
And obligated desire is nothing. Obligated desire is not even 1% of genuine desire. Genuine desire is when your wife looks at you and says, "Oh God, I feel so lucky that I married this guy." Or your wife looks at you and says, "I want to have your kids." Not "I want to have kids," because when a woman tells you, "I want to have kids," almost she's rushing you to get married to her guy. Her thought is taken, her time is running out. She's probably something now, right? So when a woman says to you, "Oh, I want to have your kids," right? So you can't create that sort of atmosphere when you take the love of your life.
Okay, we'll come back to everyone. Pretty, I will get to you. White, I will get to you. Body of Lego, I will get to you. Sexy Patou has something to say.
Okay. Apparently you were saying something. It sounded funny, sorry to say, but you lost the whole idea of therapy at first. Yeah, that wasn't the idea of therapy. Going for therapy.
In your opinion, right?
Yeah, in my opinion, yes.
Say that then.
Yes, in my opinion. Yeah. But ideally, when you're going through therapy, you're being therapeutic. They are not telling you what to do. They only ask questions, so the both of you solve your puzzles yourself. They are not. Hold on, I'll come to you. Hold on. And at first, before you take the idea of going for therapy, it means you genuinely want to forgive. You're looking for a solution. Because if I'm not looking for a solution, I'm not going to any fucking therapy with you.
Easy.
What deserving?
Oh no, swear.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Okay, sorry. What deserving it if I'm not willing to forgive? But if I'm willing to try, it means I'm ready to learn my mistake, and the person that treated is also ready to learn his or her mistakes. So when we go for therapy, is we are trying to find out what caused it. The truth is, I wouldn't want to tell you the best things about myself, like literally when we have a conversation. But when somebody is asking the question, why did you do this? I'm saying it to your partner. You're not saying it, you're saying it to your partner. Okay, what happened? There's clearer truth, there's clarity of truth when somebody is there asking the question. It is not that the both of you cannot resolve your dispute. That's the idea of therapy. A third party asking the question for both of you to have a solution to what you're looking for. Thank you.
Thank you, Sexy Pato. Over to you, Pretty. You wanted to expatiate what you meant by therapy.
He literally said most of the things I wanted to say. Like, it's not like both of you cannot solve your issues. Obviously, a lot of people do this thing where they talk to themselves first. Like, okay, why did you cheat on me? They try to say things, but do you know that when a husband and a wife are literally talking about things, they might want to sugarcoat some certain things. They want to like say, oh, I cheated because... But when they now think to each other and be like, oh, do you want to fix this? We need help. No matter what, like if you're sick, at first you try to do home medication. Yeah.
Not me though.
If it doesn't work out, you go to a doctor and a doctor will suggest things. It doesn't mean you should buy the pills.
But so you're saying in essence that using malaria tablets can make you stop cheating. A tablet.
It literally.
No, do you actually are you naive enough to believe this?
No. I literally stated two different things.
No, she's using.
I'm literally using
the malaria scenario.
Okay, 2 seconds. 2 seconds.
Two
I can give
different scenarios.
I was at a hospital a month ago. Yeah. Do you know what they said to me when I left the hospital? They asked me, when next am I coming back again? Isn't that, I thought a doctor's job was to cure you and make sure you never come back.
No, it's for checkup. It's for checkup. It's for checkup.
What hospital did you go to?
And I paid 70k just to see what was inside my ear.
It's for checkup.
Premium hospital. Ear, nose and throat.
It's for checkup. It's for checkup. Yes.
Thank you. And do they make money from it?
The answer is yes. That's why they are still in business. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, before I get to you, buddy.
You know I'm not done yet.
Before I get to you. Okay, sorry. Let's finish with Prissy. I'll come back to you.
So literally, I know people that talk and say, okay, this is why this happened, this is why this happened. Do you want to help yourself? Do you want us to seek help? Yes, we want to seek help. So when you are in front of this therapist is not saying, oh, go to your house and knock your wife very well or pin her against the wall. They are literally asking you questions to make sure that you talk. They are asking you questions based off of their experience for years. They studied this thing. They know exactly what they are talking about.
And it's very lucrative.
Both of you are literally answering those questions, sometimes subconsciously, because you don't know when you spilled the beans and spoke things that you and your partner cannot just say normally when both of you are together, because you want to sugarcoat everything, but because that third party presence is there. Because first off, you're saying, why can't you just meet uncle something? Some parties, like your father would not even support you. Your father will support your wife.
Would your dad want you to be single or get a divorce?
No, but then
he wants you people to be
together. At the same time, the therapist doesn't want you guys to break up. They want to help you out.
Let me give you guys a real life scenario.
Okay, buddy. Over to you, buddy.
So why do people cheat, right? Okay. There are several factors to it.
Because they have options.
It can be spiritual. The woman fit chop witch.
It's either maybe the woman who enjoy the night.
She fit on chop witch.
So now, so you guys are saying therapist. Let me say counselor, not marriage counselor, so that we can break it a bit more to make it a bit more simpler. Now, an experienced therapist can understand the woman's perspective and try to write proper solutions to say, okay, fine. Can you guys explore, other alternative ways of having sex?
Yeah.
As simple as saying, I'd be real about it.
I refuse to believe that somebody like you would need a therapist.
I never.
You pay 70k to the therapist to tell you that you can try doggy style instead of
perfect.
Hold on.
Let me finish.
I grew up in
I'll come to you, Sheriff.
Life home, right? I've seen couples that they don't know that the goal for what they should be doing as couple is to be knocking every day to have a child, right? They had to go to a counselor. Then during questions, they were asking them, what exactly happened? How often do you guys have sex? Could you believe that? Because they were both naive, they didn't understand that, there's something called ovulation, there's something called, those, you have to check your ovulation, you have to check when you're, So, a therapist is coming from an experienced perspective. So, a woman who doesn't understand her body pattern, will feel like there's something wrong with her.
Yeah, but there's actually something wrong with them because first of all, they didn't understand sex education. You understand what I'm trying to
And you are
say?
saying it
So
from
they were most likely
because you are experienced.
Yeah.
They were most likely.
But these are two naive people who are having issues in their
We
home.
mean in the
And
context
guess
of
what?
cheating.
And guess what? Guess what now?
Education.
Guess what? The moment when you both are willing to, you want to take that bold step to see a therapist, that's when it's not on basic or trivial issues. This is when your marriage is about.
Remember that it's cheating. Oh.
Not
Your wife
ovulation,
slept
man.
with
It's cheating.
trap.
No, hold on.
Your wife slept with trap. You understand what I'm trying to tell
I'm
you?
saying ovulation now because if a woman, imagine they're not having real
Wait,
sex.
I think let's just get real. All this English you are speaking, why are you still doing with the girl? Why are you still doing with the girl? She slept with trap. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? Cheryl.
He has chosen to forgive the wife. They want to move on.
They want to move on. Thank you. That's reasoning now.
They want to move on, but how do they solve the
You
problem?
want to heal, not heal about moving on.
Uncle, I don't take peroxide. All this man.
Okay, Shem, okay, buddy, thank you. Let's hear from Sheriff. For the first time on this episode, we are hearing from Sheriff.
I absolutely understand what he's been saying, what Israel has said, and what you are saying. But here's one thing about humans generally. You are limited to the amount of exposure that you have. Now, if you have been limited to a certain exposure, you can never see outside of it until you see a bit of it. And that's where the third party comes in, the therapist. The therapist's job, basically, is to expose themselves to a whole lot of things. So that when you come to them, and this is the problem you are having, they can then see the loopholes in why you are having that problem. Okay, like you said now, two people having sex constantly, they don't even know that ovulation is there. It's not their fault. It's not their fault that they do not know. That's how they've been existing. But the therapist now comes and tells them that this is what it is. And then they understand it. Do you think that they will go back and they will have issues?
Yes.
What issues?
No, they can't.
That's a
They can't
doctor.
go
He
back.
can do that too
No, they
now.
can't go back.
Hold on.
They
Can
can't
you
go
go
back.
back and have
can do
issues?
that.
Wait, yes.
That's like saying you have cancer.
Yeah.
That's like saying you have cancer.
Can
And then
I-
you go back and it will not relapse.
You are taking it
Hey, let him finish.
direction and still within the confines of cheating.
Yes. Cheating is worse than cancer.
No, yeah. No. Come on.
Bro, are you joking?
No, it's
that thing, guys, that immediately you find out she's cheating. Once you hear her money from you, trust me, it's dead. That marriage is dead. You can sleep and pretend and go to the pastor and lie.
Do you know the reason why you think it is worse than cancer? Because of what you have been exposed to.
Cancer is a slow killer.
If you have been exposed
This
to the
thing
fact
kills
that
you immediately. Do you hear what White said? The trauma.
yes.
We will still get back to wife. We will still get back to
That's
wife.
white.
That's white.
Yes.
That's white.
Exactly.
That's why they call him White.
Even comes.
Someone else can be black or red.
I'm
We're
drifting. You
drifting.
need to speak on this thing.
Let's not drift. Let's not drift. Let him
We're
finish.
drifting already. The reason why White thinks there will be trauma is because he knows
He
that
thinks there's
sex,
trauma.
He knows
So
that
you're telling me
sex
your
is-
wife would
Hold on.
sleep with trap and you'll be like, oh, nice one, how was it, man?
Let's go to therapy. Let's go for therapy.
Therapy, I get one
I'm
nice
not,
dog.
I'm
There
not
are still men
projecting.
like
I'm not
that.
projecting myself.
I'll ask you
I'm
one
projecting
straightforward
the
question now.
situation. Now he thinks that there will be trauma. You go through a certain type of trauma. Now,
No,
the reason
we'll
why
get to
he
you, we'll
thinks
get to you.
like that is because he's been how do I explain
Coded.
it? He understands that
Program.
sex.
He's been programmed.
Yes, he's been programmed that sex is a very big part of this union. Now, if he knows a different thing, oh, sex is just sex. You can
Let's
have
call
it
it
anywhere.
loyalty, not in
He
sex.
would not
Loyalty.
take it. He would not take it like that.
It will not be
So,
traumatic.
That's why I started.
That
with,
person
you
probably
are
won't be
limited
faithful
to
either.
your exposure.
So,
There are
you
certain
sheriff,
people that will experience it and then they can forgive easily. No problem. He
Wow.
goes. Sex. I'm not with you because of that.
are you with the trend of recent, with the guy who offered his wife, thank you,
Yes.
22,
Yes.
to Andrew Tate, to everybody,
Yes.
let me come and sleep with my wife.
Yes.
So you are of the same narrative that is fine, right?
That's
So
it's fine for
person
him.
is a human
Now,
being.
that's for him
It's
now.
a human being.
No,
That's part of
Shem-
reality.
Well, that
This is
we
not
need to-
reality.
For him.
No, different people
He
with their
knows that
different
before
things.
he came into her life, she was doing that.
Thank you, Sheriff.
He came into her life, she was still doing that.
Thank
and
you.
now he's pushing her on.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Continue.
Thank you, Sheriff.
So,
Let's before
You are promoting it, so if you have kids, you promote it.
that's what he does.
So your 4-year-old wants it, and you're like, that's what you want. Well, Libra,
you are drifting.
Let's
your 25-year-old says she wants to do it.
Okay, now let's go play devil's advocate now. Let's go play devil's advocate now. Okay, now you break up with her, right? Okay, good, you divorced, right?
And then she
Fine.
continues.
And you both, continue your journey in life, right?
Yeah.
You meet another woman. Yeah. She cheats.
You break up again.
Yeah.
There,
you are a mad person.
You can't actually.
The guy is a mad person.
How?
He should check himself in.
See,
he's actually mentally
For always living to he's still
It means
limited.
he's bad at analysis. No, it's just common sense. When you see you are making, even in business,
Sorry.
when you are making, hold on,
That's
when you are making bad decisions, you should be able to notice it. When you see this thing happened to me yesterday, it happened to me before yesterday, and it's happening to me again.
So this is
You
terrible.
you are being naive. You are being naive. This is theory. So you're telling me your wife will sleep with somebody and you calm down.
Wow. Yeah. But you guys are just professional therapists. What if the couple is in Ogbete?
What's that though?
Inside
the village.
A married Igbo man would not give you 5,000 for therapy. He said 5,000 that I will use to cook a pot of soup.
New yam just came out. There is new yam. You have Oba and Nkwabi.
Wait, sorry.
Okay, please, let's hear from White. Let's hear from Goose.
One house. Thank you.
One house, please. Thank you, guys.
First of all, we are hypocrites. Like, it's easier said than done. You are just saying this thing because I'm not happening to you people now. Wait,
Sorry,
We have married people in the studio.
No problem.
Now I'm talking to we.
We have married people in the studio, so.
So it's easier said than done. If I just saying this thing for saying sake, like let's just assume you got your wife on the bed with another man. Like you can't.
In real life now, not on PDA podcast.
You can't stop thinking about that thing. Like even if you try to distract yourself, there's no way you tell me that you don't even stay a minute without thinking like, no, got my wife doing so and so thing. Like you'll be depressed. Like you'll be doing things. Then going to the part where you say you go to a therapy. This therapy is something that is working for A doesn't mean it's work for B. So, like me, I don't even think the therapy part is going to be the solution to the problem because the therapist
It's just waste of money.
He might not even know things about you, and at some point, say, the both parties will not be honest with each other. You just be saying things that the therapist wants to know. So all these things about going to a therapist, someone, thank you. You just say,
okay, thank you, White. Thank you, White. Israel.
All right. Okay. So to wrap this up, right?
Israel, wrap it up for us.
Yeah. Two gentlemen from this side talked about, like what we're used to. Like, say the couple wanted to seek therapy from an outside source, right? And Sheriff said, "Oh, what they're used to, right? So we need, like, going to therapy means that we need the third party to actually learn more about this." They gave an example about ovulation, right? To say terrible example, right? Because doctor is there, right?
Yeah.
But both of you are partners for a reason. You can actually find your way through something, right? How did you get together? Like dating, didn't you guys fight or like have arguments, right? If you're able to find your way through a slight argument, oh, this guy said this to you, oh, he touched you here, he touched you there, oh, I'm sorry, let me talk, let me speak, right? If this guy said this to you and then he did this to you, then someone felt jealous about it in the relationship, and you guys were able to get through it. In my opinion, you guys can actually get through anything, right? If you want to. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Israel.
The only place we are going is the police station.
Okay, to wrap up this particular episode and this topic, we have the beautiful Benita with the final touches just before we wrap up.
Okay, everybody has been saying therapy, this, therapy, that. Let me tell you, if you are from a medium or we like to say a poor background or a poor family and your therapy session is 300k, my dear, you settle your matter by yourself, with yourself, together with yourself. Like, I don't know how it is. Is it that the woman is packing out of your house? Let's just face reality. We are in Nigeria. Let's leave the white thing out of it. And this therapy thing. It's only the white that can even say, let's go to a therapy. Let's go for therapy or whatever you are saying. Therapy.
I feel like you're speaking based on. You're speaking based. Like you can't just say it's only the white.
5K therapy is a session.
Literally, they are online.
Let me tell you the truth. It's a choice. If I go to see a therapist, like, and I still want to lie about the situation, you can't force me. You can't say even if no matter what that therapy does, no matter what you do, even say you use juju, if I want to lie about the situation and if I'm not comfortable, what if the woman cheated and she's just cool about it? Like, motherfucker, if you want
She
to
chop
do
her
anything,
via.
anything,
She
like,
chop her via.
That's what I'm saying.
and the man is like, okay, if he
Genuine
really loves, there are some men that actually want to understand why she doesn't do this. Why did she do it?
Yeah.
What made her? What pushed her to do? Let me hear from her. So going to a therapist is like going to your pastor. If it's let me just be real. If it's someone like me, I won't say everything there. Make the man come dey see me finish. Yes,
I can't use you prophesy
if you see
for
me finish,
Sunday.
or maybe if I now I start telling
Say you
you
chop
how
rich.
I get into the room with the guy, you now start getting turned on. Before you know it, you send me, see me. It's just
For
so
private
deep.
section.
Like,
Thank you.
we don't force.
Thank you, Vanessa. Thank you.
Then
But
no, not my pastor.
And a
Say
therapist
whosoever you
are
are telling,
different.
man or woman.
Okay, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your opinion. Please, guys, you've heard everybody we had in the studio on what they would do if they caught their wife cheating. We will all be expecting you on the comment section. Please don't forget to like our videos and also subscribe to our YouTube channel, the PDA Podcast. Till we see you next time, I remain your guy, Nako.